In this video, I'm going to share how I sold my very first 5 paintings. And this is for you if you are planning to sell your artwork or your paintings. And this is also for you if you are planning to become a professional artist in the coming days and you are thinking about how you can get clients for your paintings. So I hope it will be helpful for you. How I sold my first painting. So it was 2017. At that time, my book was just launched on Amazon, my book Realistic Watercolor Unleashed, and I was getting a lot of invitations for having book signing events. And this was from Opus Art Supplies that I got an invitation for book signing event. It was my very first book signing event. I was super scared. I was nervous that I was forgetting my own name. In a piece of paper, I wrote, "My name is Meeta Dani. I'm a professional watercolor artist. I'm from India and now I live in Vancouver, Canada." That time I used to live there. And throughout the journey from my home to Opus Art Supply stores, I was constantly reading that paragraph that I should not forget my name. I was so scared. The book signing event was like this. The manager of Opus Art Supplies was doing my interview. We were sitting on high chairs and there were 20 to 25 people sitting in front of us. We were on one side and the other people were on the other side. And at the center, there were a lot of books kept. And on the back side, on either side, there were few of my framed watercolor paintings were there. They asked me to bring those paintings so that it should not look empty. And it was a art supply store. So a lot of people were there who were watching us. And initially, I was really nervous because that was the very first book signing event and I was super scared. So it happened that the manager before the interview, he said that just be yourself. You don't have to be a good speaker. Nobody's expecting you to talk fluently or confidently. You are an artist and you are good as an artist. That is all that matters. And whoever is coming here, they are not expecting anything from you other than a signed copy of the book Realistic Watercolor Unleashed. That really helped me. So he started asking me questions and I started giving answers in a very low profile manner without any kind of frills and fancies. I just gave what I knew. So one person from the audience asked me, "Ma'am, why you became a watercolor artist? What encouraged you to become a watercolor artist?" And I had no ready-made answer for that. So I said the truth. The truth was, I was a patient with depression and I came to know that I was having a endometrial polyp and I lost my mother to cancer and it is a hereditary type of cancer. When my doctor suggested that you get a biopsy done, at that time I was a patient with depression and I used to take anti-depressants and sleeping pills and I was suicidal. So in that condition, when I heard that from doctor, I felt maybe I'm dying. So I was constantly praying to God that I don't want to die. I want to live because if I die, what will happen to my kids? So I promised that if I get another chance to survive, I will do a good job. As if I'm surely going to die, right? So when I got my reports and it said that there is no cancer, I really felt relieved. And from that point, I really wanted to become a very different kind of person. So in order to pull myself out of that mess, from the mess of taking antidepressants, sleeping pills, from the mess of thinking about committing an end to my life, I wanted to take out from myself. And for that, I needed something. And it was a coincidence that came across some very good quality paintings by Eric Christensen, Stephen Kozar, Kelly Eddington. And I felt that maybe I can give it a try. Maybe watercolor can help me come out of depression. So it was just a matter of try. I was not sure about it. So I said all these things in that crowd. And I said that actually encouraged me to learn watercolors. And slowly and eventually, I came out of depression. Maybe that helped some of the people in that audience. And one person was engineer from Canada. And he and his wife was sitting there. Now also I remember his face. And he, after the end of that entire discussion, that book signing event was over, that person came to me and said, "Can I purchase this painting?" And that painting was Peterburg's Cathedral. And I was not sure of the price. I had no idea what I should say about the price. And he said, "Are you willing to sell that painting? Is it for sale? I would like to purchase it." I was taken aback. That was my very first incidents that somebody is coming to me and asking me for the painting. I said, yeah, you can purchase. And he asked me, what is the price? And I had no idea what price I should charge. And I do remember that that painting I created for participating in a art contest. I could not even enter into the art contest because I was late in submission, but I finally created that painting and I really liked that painting. I thought, okay, so let me charge 4,500 Canadian dollars. I had no idea whether that was higher side or lower side, but I charged 4,500. And he said, can you make it a little bit less? It is quite a high price. And I was not saying anything. And then I gave him my card and he purchased my book and he left. After coming home, I discussed all these things with my husband, and my husband said, you could have said 2,500, 4,500 Canadian dollar is a really high price. And I said, okay, I don't know. And I have no idea. I thought it is a good price for my hard work and I charged that. I was a little disappointed that, my first client, I could have earned a little bit money. I got a call that evening. He said that his wife really wants to purchase that painting. So he is willing to pay me 4,500 Canadian dollars. And since he was from US, 4,500 Canadian dollars is a much less as compared to US dollars. He asked me to meet in a cafeteria and I went there with the painting. I was so naive that I never even packed the painting. I never even carried a certificate of authenticity. I was so, like you can say, dumb. I just took the painting and I went there and I handed it over to that person and he gave me $4,500 check. And then I deposited in the bank and I got the money, right? So that is how I sold my very first painting. So the mistakes, what I did there was I could have prepared myself for this kind of situation. Okay. Now, what are the things that you can learn from this? The thing is, when we directly try to sell a painting, maybe the person will not buy because they don't know about us. But let's say a person knows about you and then that person really likes your painting, the chances are really high that the person will purchase the painting. So when I shared a lot about myself during the book signing event, that person and his wife must have felt really good about listening to me when I shared about myself, my journey, how I created paintings, why I created paintings, why I learned watercolors. That must have influenced that person and made him feel really interested about my painting. So your painting is not just commodity. It is not like any other product which is selling in the market, which is a commodity. Okay, your painting is a premium product and premium products are sold in a premium manner to a premium person at a premium price. So unknowingly, I actually did the right thing. I sold my painting, which is a premium product, at a premium price, which is 4,500 Canadian dollars, to a premium person. That person really must be having very high quality house. Why? Because he himself is an architect and he was flying down from US to Canada for some purpose and he purchased it. Most of the artists, they try to approach people who they know and they don't know how to approach people and whom exactly to approach. So when they don't have that idea, they just approach to whom they know and they don't know how to share about themselves, how to share about their paintings. It just happened naturally that people asked me questions, various questions, and the person who was thinking about purchasing the painting, he got enough idea about the artist and about the process, and he really felt interested about purchasing that painting. So now let's talk about the second painting. That painting's name is A Healthy Choice. It is a painting of 3 green apples over red color tablecloth. So I was participating in a lot of contests and exhibitions because I saw other professional artists doing exactly the same. So there was Federation of Canadian Artists in Canada, Vancouver, and I joined there as a member. And I remember that there was some contest going on and I participated in that contest with that painting. That painting got an award. I had no idea that the painting got an award, right? So at that time, I was in Victoria with my family for a vacation. And I got a call on my phone that my painting got an award. Someone wants to buy my painting. I don't remember exactly what was the price of that painting, but I do remember that whatever was the price, I think it was 1,800 or something like that. The person who called me, she was the receptionist for that exhibition. And she said that, can you reduce a little bit of the price, 10%? If you reduce a little bit of the price, then the person is immediately planning to buy that painting. I actually should not have reduced that price, because if a person is willing to purchase an original painting, reducing 10% doesn't make a lot of difference. And it was a framed painting. It was a winner of the contest. So I think I should not have reduced the price, but I was doing my holidays. I was still a naive artist. I was not having a record of sales or something like that. I was just coming up. I had no idea how to sell painting, and my painting was getting sold. So I felt really okay. Give a 10% discount. So I gave 10% discount. The mistakes which I did is, first of all, I should not have reduced the price. The second mistake was I didn't ask who purchased the painting. Right now, I don't have any idea which person purchased my painting. Healthy choice, right? So that was kind of like, I could have got the name of the person who purchased it. Anyways, so that is how I sold my second painting. I think the third painting, called as Treasured Memories, it is a painting of coins, antique coins of various different countries. And I painted that because I was very fond of antique coins. It was my childhood hobby to collect antique coins. Right now also I have got a lot of antique coins in a small box. And I painted that. One person was coming from US to Burnaby. At that time I was living in Burnaby. It was, I think, 2018. And he was flying all the way from California to Burnaby. When I got an email from him that I want to participate and I'm from California, I could not believe it. I could not believe that a person can actually come all the way from California to participate in my Burnaby 3-day workshop. I was taken aback. One person actually came from all the way from US to Burnaby. What happened is, we did all the studies, like first day we did the workshop, second day we did the workshop, and I always offer Indian lunch to people who come for my workshops. I really love that. And my participants also love that. So at the time of having our lunch, he asked me, can you please show me your paintings? And I still remember I opened my entire portfolio and I showed one after another. I showed all the paintings without thinking that this person can actually buy my painting. He really liked that coin painting. He asked me, I'm interested in that coin painting. I didn't said much about it. He asked me for the price and I said 4,500 US dollars. This time I was much smarter and I said, okay, I have sold paintings for 4,500 Canadian dollars. So this time I asked 4,500 US dollars. And he said that the price is a little expensive. I said, yeah, it is expensive. Original paintings are supposed to be expensive. And he went. Now this is the third day of the workshop. And he was still interested in the painting. And he asked me silently, can you please reduce the price? And instead of reducing the price, this time I said, that it took me more than 100 hours to create that painting, and I feel that this painting really deserves this kind of price. It is a unique painting and I have not even sold prints of this. So if you are getting this painting, it is one in the entire world. There is no other painting like this. So I think this painting deserves that price. By the end of this workshop, he made his mind that he will purchase the painting. So he purchased that painting on the last day and he took that painting, gave him a roll kind of thing, a plastic roll, so that he can take that painting to US and then he can do the framing. So the unframed painting was gone for 4,500 US dollars. The another painting, which is a small size painting of, it was a bird sitting on kind of rock or something, and with blurred background. This was a small painting and I sold that painting also to a workshop participant. That participant came for one of the workshops. I think that workshop was on the deck. It was also, I think, day workshop. She and her husband actually joined my workshop. So both of them liked that painting. That painting was hanging on my walls. And when she came for the workshop, she admired that painting. And out of all the paintings which were hanging on my walls, she liked that painting specifically. And since it was a little smaller size, I gave that painting for 800 US dollars. Okay, so that was about the fourth painting. The fifth painting, which I sold, it was a big demonstration. So I was giving demonstration in Vancouver. At that time, I used to live in Canada. I used to take 2 or 3 paintings for demonstration. And there were like 70, 75 people were there. And I had to give a demonstration of some painting, and they used to just watch me. So that was not a workshop. So I was talking in front of 60 to 70 people. All those people were watching my demonstration. So at the end of that demonstration, I used to always carry my original paintings whenever I used to give these demonstrations. So one of the person, he was interested in the painting. So he contacted me and he asked me, what is the price of the painting? I don't exactly remember the price of that painting. Maybe it was something like 3,000, 3,500. Okay. And he asked me for that painting. So out of that, one painting was non-sellable, like not for sale. It was my daughter's painting, the bubble time. And the other painting, he purchased that for, I don't remember exactly 3,000 or 3,500. I do remember that I gave a little bit of discount because I thought that maybe I can earn a little bit of money after doing this demonstration. So I sold that painting not for a very high price because the size was not too big, but I did sold that painting. So what you can learn from this is how you are interacting with the person, in which environment you are interacting with that person. That can play a huge role in you selling a painting successfully. So for example, let's say I am talking in front of 60, 65, 70 people. The chances are really high that one out of all those art lovers who are investing their precious time to watch my demonstration, the chances are really high that one person from all those people may purchase the painting. One artist is trying to contact to one person, and that person saying yes to the artist, the chances are quite less. But when I'm talking to a lot many people at the same time, the chances are really high. Another thing, the more one person knows about the artist, the more one person likes the artist, the more one person trusts the artist, the chances of purchasing becomes really high. So when a person is coming to my workshop, learning from me, that person purchasing my workshop painting is much higher than a person who doesn't know me, doesn't like me, doesn't trust me, going to my website and purchasing my painting. So that is what I learned. Another thing I learned is if a person has already purchased something from me, the chances of purchasing another thing from me becomes really high. For example, in the first painting case, the person had purchased my book, Realistic Watercolor Unleashed. And then when the person listened to me, got a lot about how Meeta Dani became an artist, then he purchased my painting. You know, if I purchase somebody's artwork and want to put it on my wall, I need to have a little bit of understanding about who that artist is. Do I really admire that artist? What is the artist's philosophy? And after knowing quite a lot about the artist, if I really like the artist, then I will purchase the painting, because I will purchase the painting for my walls. And whenever I will see that painting, I will definitely think about the artist. I purchased, I think a few years back, or maybe last year, when I went to India, I purchased a painting by Hemant Kumar. I knew Hemant Kumar from quite some time, like from quite many years. And before that year, I purchased an original artwork from Prasad Natrajan artist, pen and ink. I have 2 of his original paintings. It is not that I cannot do this if I try, but I really love purchasing original artwork. I just love the feeling of decorating my walls with original paintings. I really love that. It is something that, let's say a person really likes diamonds, they will not go for junk jewelry. They will actually love diamonds. They will actually purchase diamonds. It is exactly like that. So when I purchase original artwork, it gives me a kind of boost that I really am decorating my walls with original paintings. It is not that I cannot paint. I can, but I really want to hang other artists' paintings as well. So it is very important to understand the psychology of the buyer. If a buyer is negotiating price and you don't want to bring your price down, it is totally okay. Don't feel that if you don't reduce the price, the buyer will go off. It is not like that. When a person is coming to you and only asking what is the price of the artwork, you should not assume that the person wants to buy the artwork. You can talk about your artwork. You can ask that person about what are the requirements that they have. Do they really want to invest in original artwork, or are they just wanting to have something on their walls which is beautiful? If they are not having the intention to invest a lot of money in purchasing the artwork, you can definitely give them an offer to purchase a print from you instead of just saying that, oh no, my painting is not cheap. Instead of that, if you say that, original paintings usually have a much higher price, are you okay investing money for getting a print? And if the person says yeah, then you can give a big size print at the very good price, right? The person will feel happy, you will feel happy, and you know what? A buyer is a buyer is a buyer. If a person is purchasing from you, and they are more likely to purchase again from you if you are making them quite happy with their purchase.